Hi everyone, Peter here. Welcome to the channel, and today I'm bringing you the very best of Makerere's Research and Innovation Week. It is a 3-day event, and I'm on the second day. Yesterday the big people were here, and you know me, when you hear of certain names in Uganda, I try to hide away because of the inconveniences. But today I've come. I'm going to show you the best that they have on offer. You people keep saying we are incapable of producing things. You need to know some of these innovations, and sadly on the news and television they only show you the event, they don't show you the products and what people have made. And today I've come to show you what they have on offer, and you tell me which one is the best you think of.
Hello, my name is Brian Wagaba, and I'm here at this exhibition of Makerere, presenting to you the Egg Incubator. It has different components and it's fully automated. So remember, in the egg incubation, there are 3 things you need to consider. 1, the temperature, 2, the humidity, and also the process of rolling the eggs inside that environment. So all you have to do is get your eggs, put them in the rack here. So we have a coil here connected to electricity. It heats up, generating the heat, and we have the fan that helps in the saturation of the air. We have this stepper motor that helps in the movement of the rack, bringing in the rolling of the eggs. We have the humidifier that produces the mist. This mist brings in the favorable humid conditions in this environment. And we also have the sensor that senses the temperature and the humidity inside this environment here. So all that is connected to this panel. The panel has the microcontroller. The controller helps in the turning off and on of the coil, and together with the humidifier, just to make sure that we have the conditions that are favorable in that environment. So all this is connected to a display. The display displays the humidity and then the temperature inside the environment. So that's all about the automated egg incubator. Okay, so that's not all. We also have another interesting prototype and project. This is the digital Ammeter and Voltmeter. So back in the days, we had ammeters and voltmeters that are analog, and then they used to have pointers. So it was very hard for us to get the exact values at certain points. So with this, all you have to do is connect the wires, and then you have the exact value in 2 decimal places. So this is 2-in-1. You can use it as an ammeter and also as a voltmeter. You don't need to buy the 2 separate devices. So we have 4 terminals here. These 2 terminals are for voltage, and then these other 2 terminals are for current. So yeah, that's all about this project. Thank you.
My name is Sempeva Philip, and I'm working with Aquametric AI. We're here at Makerere University for the Innovation Science Week. At Aquametric AI, we came up with this solution to solve a problem of how farmers are facing a problem of them not being able to monitor the fish ponds in real time over a particular period of time. So these problems come up because the farmers cannot be able to monitor for 24 hours how the conditions of the water of the fish ponds. So we come up with a monitoring system called Aquametric AI that monitors the conditions of the water of the fish pond. So with that, we use this information to make alerts for the fish farmers if in case we detect there is any abrupt change that is not normal from the normal working conditions or the normal conditions of the water. We let them know and send them alerts of any change of the particular metrics like temperature, soil water turbidity, and other conditions. For example, there is an ultrasonic sensor here which can be able to sense the levels of the water, and if it makes such a buzzer, it can help to alert the farmer if there is any abrupt change in the water levels. So we are keeping track of a number of parameters: the temperature, the water levels, the pH, and then telling farmers to act accordingly if there is a sudden change. Yeah, thank you.
My name is Katuma Wire, and we have developed an automated fish feeder that utilizes artificial intelligence for precise fish feeding. So this machine feeds fish on real time. It looks at feeding schedules to feed the fish. It calculates the quantity of feeds the fish has to feed, and it feeds the fish based on the fish appetite. But as well, we have another module for those who grow fish in tanks. We have what we call an automated water quality control system. So it uses a sensor mechanism to detect the water quality conditions, talking about the temperature, dissolved oxygen, turbidity, ammonium levels, and if any one of those parameters are checked to not to be in normal condition, there is a mechanism that automatically optimizes the suitability of those conditions so that farmers are able to grow fish in tanks, in ponds, in cages, so that we are promoting aquaculture farming for food security. This is the hopper, and the farmer only just puts feeds in this hopper, and at the right time, after making right computations, it opens this shutter, and then the feeds are dispensed in this dispenser, which circulates all over the pond so that every fish can do the feeding. And this is the control unit which controls the whole mechanism. However, the entire system runs on a solar panel, and I can show you a complete setup. This is the setup we use on ponds, and though we have an improved version for the one on ponds, this is the entire setup. We have already made a setup on in Kajansi at Naro Aquaculture Center. They already have the system running. We have a mobile application where a farmer is able to monitor all those feeding patterns, whether the fish has fed, what's the reason of not feeding, how much have been spent, how much have you utilized on the feeding, and all those computations. And it utilizes also the AI to give a farmer insights on what's the way forward, what should you do, is based on what it has studied. It gives the farmer suggestions on what exactly the farmer has to do, be it on the feeds part. Maybe the feeds were not good, or maybe you're using a lot of feeds to feed the fish and you're spoiling, because feeds alone takes over 75% of the production costs. So there is so much that you need to do to ensure that you utilize those feeds, because when you just throw feeds on the pond, little do you know that whether the fish has eaten all the feeds or not. And if some feeds are not eaten, fish will never feed on leftovers. So that is all spoiled, and those those are uneaten feeds, they spoil the waters, and so you will have poor water quality. You will see your fish is not dying, but it's not growing. Or you will find suddenly your fish has died and you don't know the root cause. So, yes, thank you.
So I hope you're hearing AI implementing the tech that is already available into the right places. Let me continue more, because this is already encouraging me so far.
My name is Weuza Fina, and he is Kasiri Ivan. We are here for mechanical engineering students at Makerere University, College of Engineering. So, this is an automated juice coin vending machine. It basically has two systems, the dispensing system and the payment system. Yeah, the payment system simply uses, you get a coin, because this system is designed to accept only one coin, that is a 500 shilling, due to the fact that according to our design, for every 500 shillings, we get 250 mils of the juice. So you get your coin, put it in the payment system. If it is 500 to be accepted, then there is this display screen which will keep on giving you the directions once you reach, to ask you to place your order. So the mechanical system, this is simply the card model. This is how the actual thing is going to be, but this is the electronic system. So it's going to have two types of juices, two different types. So when you come here, you select the juice you want, whether A or B. Then when you select it, it will tell you to place your coin. Yeah, I think I have. So you put the coin. Yeah, after receiving it, it will give you this instruction. Please place the cup on the drip tray. This is the drip tray. Then it starts serving you. So after serving, these taps will be retracted back inside. So basically this machine is designed to do hygienic vending, in that these taps are not exposed to atmospheric pollution and there's limited interaction between the machine and the user. Yeah, our target market is basically the small scale entrepreneurs who would wish to venture into juice vending in public places. Then, yeah, we wish to partner with different companies in case we can get the resources to pull up this machine to another level. We can partner with the local fabricators to do the fabrication. Then microfinance institutions that can help the would-be users of this machine to access the machine, like on credit, and other people. So to fully implement this machine, we ask for at least 4 million Ugandan shillings to come up with 2 fully produced machines that can be put in the real world for testing and also assess their validity on the market. Yeah, thank you.
My name is Wafula Meshak from the College of Veterinary Medicine. I am here implementing a project called Immerse, which is about the monitoring of ticks and tick acaricide resistance in the country. Over the last 10 years, there has been a growing problem of ticks not responding to acaricides, and the policymakers and the ministry have found it hard to be able to give guidelines on what needs to be done. So in the Motor project, we have come up with a software that will be able to provide information regarding susceptibility and resistance of ticks in the field, which the ministry will be able to use as a guideline for setting procedures that will be able to help our farmers to curb the problem of ticks and tick-borne diseases in the country. A software has been developed which will be made available, so when vets and paravets go to the farms to pick samples, which samples include the ticks and blood, they will be able to provide information regarding the farms, which acaricides they are using, what challenges they are meeting, whether they have access to veterinary services or not. And because this application will be used on phones and will be directly fed into the system and analyzed later.
There are a lot of projects here. You will please understand when I do jumping from one or the other. I cannot show you all that is available here, but I hope to bring you the very best, as I said.
Good afternoon. My name is Cynthia Kengazi, a fourth-year student of architecture, and these are my colleagues from the department. So on display today, we have some of the products that are from our department. These are some of the works that have been done by some fifth-year students that completed about 2 years ago. On display today, we have a proposed cardiac rehabilitation center, we have an eco sanctuary, a timber factory, an innovation hub, and a memorial center in commemoration of the war that happened in Luwero. So the work we do comes through a process, and that starts with site analysis, conceptualization, understanding the user, understanding the challenges on the site, and how we identify these problems and address them through design. Thank you.
My name is Mutebi Edward, a student of Science and Technology Year 2. Yes, these are pre-cooked beans. Yes, we identify the problem that beans take long to get ready, and it takes a lot of fuel for people, and it's very costly and expensive. So I came up with this idea of pre-cooked beans. These pre-cooked beans are too good. This is a very unique idea. These pre-cooked beans, this size is enough for 3 people. So you take just a portion that you're able to consume, you place it in a bowl, you add hot water until you just cover the beans. You give them 10 minutes, the beans will be ready. And the beauty is that whenever the beans take in water, they expand, so they increase the volume. So you can, as the beans are taking in the water, you prepare your ingredients. In 10 minutes, you have your meal ready. Yes. Size of pre-cooked beans, this pack alone is 3,000, which is affordable by everybody in Uganda. And being that this pack can be consumed by 3 people, it means that each one is spending 1,000, so it's very cheap to a Ugandan.
Our project is about transforming the Ugandan folk tales and the Ugandan stories into animation films. In this, we are trying to preserve our culture. Yeah, these stories were initially oral, like they were told from mouth to mouth from our grandparents, but we are moving away from that. That some people like us, now we are the parents right now, so we don't have that knowledge that our grandparents have. So in order to move with the technology that is moving, we move them from we compare them. That book you see there is a compilation of a lot of stories from Uganda, around 100. So we made them written. So after them being written, here we simplify them for the kids. These are illustrated for the kids. So, and then after we make them into animation films to make sure that in either way, in each way, you can access our backbone as Uganda. That a kid, instead of watching the cartoons from the context they don't understand, they have this in the context where they can easily relate. So we grow up, we read our own, and then appreciate so that our culture is preserved. So that's our project. We need that by the end, for us to achieve our goal, is to make sure that, as I said, we have 100 plus stories there. Each story there from Uganda has an animation film. So there we would feel happy that we've achieved our goal. It is accessible everywhere.
Crane Cloud is an open source web hosting platform. We provide services to innovators, researchers, students in order for them to host their applications, projects or databases on Crane Cloud. And it's for free. It's a free platform and it's running currently. We are supporting so far over 900 projects, 300 databases and 900 different applications, both from students, innovators and researchers around Uganda. Yes.
Where are your servers located?
We have a server here at Makerere University. We also have one at Renu. Then there is also another one. I'm not sure where it is, but we have 3 servers. So somebody can get to us by going on the Crane Cloud website. When they go on the Crane Cloud website, they're able to create an account. There is a documentation on the Crane Cloud website on how to deploy whatever projects and applications that they have. And we give you services, we give you resources according to how much you need. That's why Crane Cloud is scalable. We give you resources on how much you need, whether big or small. Currently, we are holding very many projects. For example, AirCore, we are holding some other innovations from different students, innovators, and researchers. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Bamdaga Lezias, and I'm a research assistant or research scientist at the Makerere Lab. So today here I'm presenting the traffic project. So what we are doing here, we are working with stakeholders like KCCA, let's say Ministry of Works, the Traffic Police, to give them something that can amount from the traffic data we collect. So this traffic data is collected from the roads, but then we want to preserve the privacy of the citizens. So the privacy of the citizens means we have to remove the number plates, we have to remove the faces, all that, and just transmit information to a server. We have to make it cheap. So we don't transmit video data sets, we transmit information to a server. Then this information is reflected onto a dashboard. So this dashboard here can be used to see the number of trucks that use our road. Then maybe KCCA can know, or Ministry of Works can know how often to repair a road, depending on the usage. The number of trucks, the number of taxis that use our road. Then also, we have, as you see here, we have our dashboard here. So on the dashboard, you will see the number of trucks that are on the road, the number of cars, and then the number of people. But how many cars and how many trucks are going to contribute to the noise and also the air quality, as you see here. So this, we are also working with climate organizations. Then also a traffic officer will get to know what's the congestion maybe in Nakawa while he is in central Kampala.
what's the congestion maybe in Kalere while it's in Central Kampala, so that you can know which lane to release or not, so that maybe we can have efficient and no congestion, or maybe limited congestion to minimum. We remain the traffic projects, and we are here to deliver. Thank you.
This is the digitalization of academic records and processes. Basically, we digitalize from student files from analog to digital format. We get the physical file, starting from phase 1, preparing the documents of the file, student files, to printing, scanning them, and then after scanning them, we save them, then we upload them to the Makerere system. The Makerere system helps the students or the administrators to store the files. Student certification and verification is also done on the Makerere system.
So, solving real issues, and you can bet for those of you who were suffering when you were coming for transcript this side, you can see there has been an improvement in the things here. Let's move over to the next one.
So what we have here, this is the Makerere University Innovation Pod. It's a facility under the Office of the Vice Chancellor, supported by UNDP through the Timbuktu Pan-African Initiative that aims at scaling up and supporting ideas and innovations across the continent of Africa. There are a number of UniPods across the continent in different universities, and the Makerere University Innovation Pod is among those UniPods that was set up with support of UNDP to scale up and support entrepreneurship in the country. So what the space actually does is giving access of innovators to machines so that they can scale up their innovations and reach the market. So it's support from idea generation to production. It was also set up to bridge the gap between research and the market. A lot of research has been made. Problems have been solved, but they're ending in the books. So the Innovation Pod is actually doing that. It is supporting the researchers to make sure that what they've made can actually reach the market and penetrate the market so that it can be accessed and used by the society to address the challenges we are facing within the country. Yesterday, the VC mentioned that we are aiming at making 500 companies a year. So it means we are creating jobs. Each company will create more jobs, and in such a way we are curbing unemployment. What you're seeing here, these are some of the products that have been developed within the Makerere University Innovation Pod. They are prototypes. These were developed by students within the spaces. We have the electronic maker space, we have the CNC workshop, we have the rapid printing, 3D printing, and many more spaces. So in particular, this one, this is a bricklaying robot. In simple terms, you can call it a builder. It builds according to the design you have put in a computer. So it's a matter of you designing the structure of your house and you program it, it will build. It has these hands you're seeing here, these ones here. They move and they're able to pick the bricks. And there's these pipes that pump in the cement and everything to aid in that whole production and the building of your structure. It's a prototype. It being the way it is right now, it's because of the Innovation Pod. It has the facilities that enable innovators create. Most of them have the ideas, but they don't have the capacity to even reach the prototype level. This was developed using the 3D printers and the CNC machine and the electronic system that we have at the Innovation Pod. So this is just a pinch of what is actually happening at the Innovation Pod. It's not only supporting people in the robotics and engineering, but to cut across, it's multidisciplinary. You find innovations in health, innovations in food, innovation in the textiles and fashion, innovation in media, and many more. So basically, that's what the Innovation Pod is doing.
My name is Mutiaba Isaac, a student of Food Science and Technology Year 3, and this is one of our new products on market. It's a new product under development, but we are yet to put it on commercial market. It's a peanut waffle. It's an energy bar It's made out of ground nuts. That's a common cereal. Ground nuts, wheat, butterfat, and sugars. It's a bar which is quick energy yielding that you can eat. The moment you eat it, it just takes within 5 minutes you've yielded the energy. You feel that energy value of it. Then when it comes to the sugar part of it, that's also a source of energy. The end product is glucose, which can easily be absorbed in the body. It's having fibers. These fibers help in that satiety value, to keep that satiety value. That's why when you eat it, let me say early in the morning, maybe at 8, you can even take 8 hours, 10 hours without feeling that hunger. We made it suitably for targeting the students who don't have time to move, go to restaurants, restaurants out of campus. Some students take a long time, a lot of minutes moving to go to Kikoni or Chikumi to get food. But this product can keep you for the meantime as you wait to eat the normal meal. And the other thing, we targeted the army men, these people in combat operations, that they don't have time to cook when they're in combat. Then when they're doing their combat operations, they don't have time to cook. So this bar, one bar like this, let me say, because they're always packaged in a double, in a pair. So this one, it's equivalent to a portion of cooked 250 grams of portion. And it's fully balanced. It's having a balanced diet, as I explained. It's having sugars, but the fats, the fibers, the proteins. Yeah, this is also our new product. It's called Greek yogurt. As you're seeing, the brand name is Greek yogurt. Most of you have been familiar with this yogurt, but you've been finding only plain yogurt. But we came up with an innovation of adding value to this Greek yogurt by extracting our own coffee flavors. We extract them from our coffee from Kabanyoro. That's an agricultural research center, part of Makerere University. We also extract our flavors from vanilla. As you can see, these brands. This Greek yogurt, it's 200 grams. It's equivalent. Its energy value is equivalent to this big yogurt. This big yogurts you're buying in the supermarkets. Then this Greek yogurt is purely natural, no additives, no ingredients like I can say the food colors, no sugars. It's just purely natural yogurt. That's why you're seeing it like this. This is vanilla, and this one is coffee. Thank you very much.
My name is Mutebi Edward, a second-year student doing food science and technology. Besides me is a continuous pasteurizer. It's a machine used to pasteurize liquid food products like milk and juice. Yes, we understand that juice and milk are some of the products that have been causing illnesses. People have been consuming them raw and boiled, and there are people who like consuming milk in its raw form without cooking it. So milk and juice contain microorganisms. So these microorganisms cause diseases to people. Now, when we use this pasteurizing machine, we always get rid of the microorganisms, the spoilage microorganisms, and then pathogenic microorganisms. For the spoilage microorganisms, we have a target of enhancing shelf life, so that the product can go for a long period of time, even with just keeping it at room temperature. Then for the pathogenic microorganisms, those are microorganisms that cause disease to people. So those microorganisms are always killed, and then when you take the drink, it will be safe. So something unique with this, we designed it using this cooling system. This cooling system, it was inspired by the breathing mechanism of the fish. You know that the fish uses the countercurrent flow mechanism of oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange, whereby water and blood flow in opposite direction. Same with this machine. When you look at that here, when you are cooling now, because after heating it up here, we are cooling, so that the product that comes out from here is always at a low temperature for packaging. Why? Because if you bring the product out and then it is hot, you have to keep it again for some time so that for it to cool, and that will always bring in more microorganisms. So instead of again preserving, you're again causing more danger. So here, the water will come from here, then flow to the other opposite end. As juice is coming from this, inside here there are micro pipes, so they in contact. So there's what we call heat exchange. So juice will come and then will be flowing in this direction, then pumped out and to come out. So that's its outlet. Okay, what you see here, this is Ajon ATM. However, in general, it's a liquid dispensing ATM, which dispenses of liquids that you need to keep at a certain temperature. For example, milk, chilled beer, entulire, bushera, just like the way you can see on our pull up there. So, but this one specifically, it's Ajon ATM. Ajon is a local brew. In Ateso we call it Ajon, but in Uganda it's called Marwa, which you can see it dripping there. Now, behind this system, how it works, behind it, in the behind compartment, we have a cooling system, which cooling system has a tank of 260 liters. So behind there we have a tank of 260 liters. What happens is you have Ajon inside, the local brew. That Ajon, this system here, this button here switches on what we call the cooling system. So we have set our temperature at 20 degrees to make sure that the cooler does not go. Sorry, the temperature doesn't go beyond 20. When it goes beyond 20, the system turns itself on to bring it back to 20. Now, this is a sales ATM. This is the controller, as you can see this. So right now I put it in liters, but you can even change it and put it in UGX. However, when you check here the price, we have for now put the price at 5,000 per liter. So how it works, you punch in the liters you want here. For example, let's see. Let me just show you just something. So I'm going to put in 0.5, 0.5. Then I press enter. Then it dispenses that. So, being Ajon, you can't take this is the crude one. You can't take it alone. You have to put in water. That is why I put 0.5. So this remaining gap, as you see, is for filling in the hot water. Now, the hot water, for now, we have a boiler, which is this system that you see here. This is a movable boiler, uses gas. Your gas is fed there, then it starts boiling. Then the outlet of the water is this node you see there, the hot water. But we're also working on incorporating a small boiler inside, having a node like this attached to it, whereby once you dispense out the Ajon, you just bring your cup to the next node, put in the amount of water, then you're good to go. So the beauty about this system is that it keeps track of sales. How? Whenever you do whenever you dispense off the liquid, that is for now for this one Ajon, the sales are recorded. Then after every 24 hours, you receive a message on your phone alerting you of the sales made that day. That is in UGX and also in liters. How does it do that? It has a SIM card inside. So you can communicate to it using the SIM card. So you don't need to have an app, just a normal phone, as long as you have SMSs. Send, in case you don't want to wait for the 24 hours to pass for you to get the sales report, you can command it to send you the sales report. How do you do that? You send a message to it. There's a phone number that you send a message to on this. You send a message saying sales, then it automatically retrieve the sales for you and give you the sales. So the Ajon, which is inside here, the normal days for Ajon, you're supposed to have consumed it within 4 days from the day of make up to. But in here, because this is a cooler, it can save even for 4 weeks when it is in here, as long as this is not switched off there. So that's how it works. But the ATM is also not limited to other, like entulire, milk. It's a portable system running on solar. It has its own batteries, has its own panel. It has rollers down. You push it to any function, and then you can do some sales for yourself, these corporate functions or even normal function. So the company is called Ajon Minerals, the way you see it on my shirt. Yes, thank you.
So that's not all you've heard. There's a lot of stuff here, but that's what I have for you today. There's a lot more. And guys, Africa is not dying or not innovating. As you can see, innovation is very much alive, and I'm happy to have brought you this video. Please feel free to like, to share, and you can comment down there and say which one impressed you most. I know my Atesot colleagues will be like, that last one is the one that works for me. See you in the next video.